Right.
Dave Birkett here from the Detroit Free Press, along with Bob McManaman from Arizona Republic and AZ Central. And Detroit Lions go to the Arizona Cardinals this weekend. One team is hot, Bob, that's the team that you cover, and one team most certainly is not the team that I cover. So let's start off talking about the good. And from afar, hey, Kyler Murray looks like he's really – I know he finished the season great last year, but he looks like he's developing into a pretty special quarterback.
He really is, Dave, and he's going to take that next step. I think he's already shown a lot of people that he's capable of doing that. And the obvious trend story to follow is, will he follow in the steps of Lamar and Pat Mahomes and win MVP in his second full year? It sure looks good, but there's this cat in Seattle named Russell Wilson who's pretty darn good too, who's never received a single MVP vote, which floored me. I don't know if you knew that. When I saw that this week, how did Russell Wilson not get us? Then I realized, they only let us vote for one guy. So, Kyler's having a fantastic year, but they are 2-0, but they're not happy with the way they played because technically they didn't really play all that well, Dave. Believe it or not.
I was going to say to be 2-0 and to have not played well. I mean, let's look at the alternative here in Detroit where they have not played well at all, and the Lions are off to another one of these starts that we've come to expect the last couple of years, and not just the way they're starting, but in games, the amount of mistakes that they're having. It's been, I don't know how much you've gotten to watch them so far, but the mistakes just pile up one on top of another, and that's why they continue losing games like this. You saw it last year when the Lions came to Arizona, so it's no big surprise.
Nobody won that game, Dave. It was a tie.
I know. I keep, they keep reminding us of that because every once in a while we'll refer to it as a loss and forget who one of the Lions.
It felt like a loss for Arizona too. I got to be honest. Yeah.
So how much has DeAndre Hopkins? How much has he impacted the offense?
Tremendously. I mean, he's got 22 catches, which leads the league, and it hasn't been the deep stuff, Dave. It's been the short curls and the short slants. It's almost as if you've taken Larry Fitzgerald and reduced his age by 10 years, and you gave us DeAndre Hopkins, right? It's the same cat like from 10 years ago, and he's doing all what Larry used to do and what's still doing, but just – and then you have Larry, so you add that mix, and that showed up last week. So DeAndre's become the new security blanket for Kyler Murray, and they haven't even started looking downfield towards each other yet. That's going to get scary when that happens. And who knows with Kyler, because when he just starts to run, as you know, all bets are off. And that's what everyone's talking about too.
And that hurt the Lions last year in the fourth quarter when he showed a little bit of those legs and really sort of sparked that comeback. But as I look at this Lions defense right now, last week they played without their two best cornerbacks, Desmond Trufant, Justin Coleman. Coleman's on IR. Trufant should be back this week, but we'll see what his role is going forward. Jeff Okudah, the rookie, obviously got some reps too. That's the last thing I wanted to ask you about before we get into predictions here, because when the Lions were picking in the draft, there were a lot of people that wanted Isaiah Simmons. They ended up with Jeff Okudah. Okudah had a little bit of an up and down debut. But I think Simmons is maybe in a similar boat out there so far, where you see some of it's taking rookies a while, I guess, given everything that's gone this offseason to make an impact. Bob, you're on mute. You're muted there. Let's
Yeah.
Sorry. There. I don't know what happened. Close this door too. Hey, this is all that happens when we go live with these things in the work from home age. But so let's do that one more time. Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, Isaiah Simmons, the Okudah Simmons. I get it. Simmons was a surprising starter in the season opener against the 49ers, and they started him at outside linebacker, which is a position they said he wouldn't do. He's inside linebacker. That's it. None of the Clemson stuff. We're going to teach him one position, and then maybe later on in life you'll get to do all the things he did in college. They start him an outside linebacker, and he gets killed for a 75-yard touchdown. All right, he can't pick up the slant anyway, so his snap count ended at like 18. This last week it was 7, and I don't know. You're right, though. Rookies even the top ones, unless your name is Joe Burrow, maybe Chase Young, who went 1-2, it's tough. Without the benefit of preseason games and live reps, it's just impossible for these kids. So, is Okuda going to be the star I think he's going to be?
That's what I was doing before we started our Zoom call here, was going back and watching the film of, his first start. And, it wasn't great, but he showed some signs. He gave up a few catches. But overall, I think that there's a lot to work with there. And I think it's probably the same for Isaiah Simmons, that in a lot of these rookies, that when you're picked that high and expectations are so high coming into the season, it's maybe you're not going to appease the fans or your teammates or whoever, but you can see signs that as this thing goes, he should be a pretty good player. So I don't know. How
the game
this week. Yeah, we'll see. With Desmond Trufant back, Amani Oruwariye has started at the other cornerback spot. So I think we'll see Okuda mixed into the playing group this week. But, before long, he's going to be this team's number one cornerback. So, and hey, I mentioned it. It's going to be, look, the Cardinals offense, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Let's end this with a quick prediction. The Cardinals talked about, they things are going right all over for them right now. Kyler Murray, that offense, I think even the defense has played pretty well at times. The Lions, completely the opposite. No sacks, no turnovers, or just not doing anything defensively. And they are going to get Kenny Galladay back, so that should help the offense this week. But I'll start off
a lot.
Yeah, no, it should help that deep passing game a ton. But I still think it's going to be tough for the Lions to go on the road and get a win. My score might change a little bit here, but I think the Cardinals maybe 27-21, somewhere in that neighborhood.
I'm agreeing with you. Arizona scored 30 against a pretty good Washington defense. I don't think Detroit's defense is as good as Washington, but they do have more playmakers. I'll say that. I'll say Arizona 33, Detroit 20. Fair?
Well, yeah, no, it's fair. And you mentioned, the Lions' defense has been their Achilles heel so far. I would like to think that they're going to try to run the ball a little bit more early to keep Kyler Murray off the field. Maybe they can have some success doing that. But if not, it's going to be another long day for the Lions in the desert. So,
well, at least it's raining here, Dave. So win or lose or draw again, we have rain right now, and that's something to cheer.
And we have sun. You guys sent us some sun because it's we got a nice week this week in the 70s, certainly not in the hundreds. But hey,
we're happy to help.
I'll bring my rain gear when I come out there. So
you're actually coming?
I'm flying out. Yep, I'll be out there this weekend. So I'll be in the socially distanced press box, I guess.
All right, my friend. Good to see you. See you then.
For Bob McManaman, I'm Dave Birkett, Freak.com.